Hey, what's happening, everybody? Chris here from Test and Speed Shop. Where are we going today, Tom?
Bruce Lawrence's.
Bruce Larson's having his open house. Famous funny car driver. So,
USA 1.
yep, we're getting ready to go. We're going to head over and get some breakfast over at Perkins. So, I haven't been doing many videos because I've been having problems with my neck. I have bone spurs on 3 of my vertebrae that are pushing into my spinal cord. So it numbs my arm. And actually the hand I'm holding the camera with is just shaking. So that might be better because it goes down my whole right side of my arm. So it's been pretty much a challenge to pretty much do anything. So, but been working on some easy stuff just to keep myself occupied. I had this old Excel distributor that I got, and me and Tom pulled this down, what, 8 years ago? Yep. Before I moved, like probably 10 years ago before I moved here. And we cleaned it all up, and I had it laying in a box, and we never ever got back to it. So we went ahead and got back to it and cleaned it all up and put it all back together. This is from the early to mid 80s. It's electronic. It's a 41100E. But it's an electronic distributor. You can run it with a buzz box, or it uses this HEI module, and you just run that to your coil, and that's how it powers it. A pretty nice unit. So we went ahead and messed with it and fixed some things on it, and put it all back together. So we got a backup for the backup distributor. So
it's a good one.
Yeah.
It's one of the old good ones.
Hey, I actually had that distributor in my Chevelle back in the day, and I took it out and I put it in my my Monte Carlo, actually, and it went with my Monte Carlo. But I did run that. I had that running with an MSD box in my Chevelle, and it worked good. The thing of it is that why I got rid of it is that in order to change your advancement and your weights and everything, you got to unscrew this bowl separates from the bottom, because your advanced weights are all down here in the bottom. So it entails taking this whole piece off the top, pretty much dismantling everything so you can get down here to the advanced weights so that you can change everything, which is kind of a pain. You almost need a distributor machine to kind of set it up on to do that. And that's one of the reasons why I took it out of the Chevelle, because the tunability of it is just kind of difficult. Because you're just kind of flying blind with your advance. I mean, you can get your advance numbers right, but you can't get you don't know what your rate is, because you bend out tabs in order to tighten springs up, and it's kind of a guessing game. So we're going to jump in the old Pontiac here, and we're going to get going. And
Good show.
yeah, looks like a fairly nice day. We had tons of rain yesterday, so all right. Well, let me get in the car here. Maybe we'll do a cold start. Well, here we go. We're going to do a cold start on the Pontiac. Yeah, it's cantankerous because the damn heat crossover is closed off. Let's see how she starts. Look at that. Yeah. Not real happy until it gets warmed up. And no, I don't have a choke. I use my foot. Yeah. Surprised. No, not yet. I did, but they canceled my order. Alright, we're going to get backed out of here and get going.
Inner workings of the...
Well, we're back. We went to Drag Fest, but Bruce has COVID, so they ended up canceling it. So we didn't know that until we ended up getting up there. So as you can see, we're making the Firebird a Jeep. we decided we don't want doors on the Firebird anymore. What do you think, Tom?
Oh, heck no.
We're gonna cruise around like that.
Cruise around with no doors on it.
Yeah, Firebird Jeep.
Yep.
Now, what we're doing is putting the door hinge in. The easiest way to do it is to you got to take the door off. So, because in order to get to the bolts. So, we got everything apart over here. Got the door laying on the piece of paper. We're just checking everything out, looking at it. You got to get into these damn bolts, and there's just no way you're going to do that with the door on the car, and it's just way too hard to do that. So, and this old I don't know if I can get it here. Trying to do this. Yeah, we got a little bit of play, and this hole here almost looks like it kind of oblonged from all the play in it. I mean, we could fix it and weld it.
Yep.
But why when we have fine quality Chinese mount to put back in? I did. This one might be Taiwan. I don't know. Let's look.
Find out. Is it on the,
Quality.
there, is it on the side there?
What's it say? What does it say, everybody? It says Camaro. It won't fit. It's not for Camaro. It doesn't say. Oh, there it is. Nice little gold tag right there.
There's usually a gold tag.
Right there. Made in Taiwan. Oh, so we might be a step above China.
Mm-hmm.
So we might actually have a decent part, maybe, sort of. So I guess we'll find out here. So we're going to go ahead and do some eyeing up here. We're going to compare the new and the old hinge, and then we're going to start putting things back together. So we'll go ahead and we'll bring it back then. Now it's recording. Alright, so we're back. We got the door hinge on. Looks like it fits up pretty well. It seems like it's going to be a fairly decent part. I mean, it should be. It's for a Camaro. So, but now we just got to get the door back on. Tom wants to leave it like a Jeep. He wants to take both doors off and go for a ride.
Yep.
And get busted by the cops. We'll have our seatbelts
As
on.
long as we have seatbelts
They
on,
can't say anything.
I don't think the Cumberland will have
You might not be happy with us. But here's our hinge. I'll give you a better. You can see how much plays in it. That's when the door's closed. I wonder how much of that was rattling in the striker. I mean, that's quite a bit of nonsense going on. And plastic bushings are all coming apart.
Yeah, that one's spread.
Yeah, it wore through to the pins.
Yeah.
It was actually riding on the pins, and then the pins started wearing into this piece. So it's pretty gnarly. So I'll keep it in case we want to fix it.
Yep. Sounds good. What the hell?
Yeah, well, I don't know what they're doing. I guess it died.
Jump pushing.
I don't know what they're doing. I just saw it sitting there the other day. So anyways, it didn't break the bank to put this hinge on. So it saves us some time from having to weld, drill, and put bushings in and all that. So I just did that. Figured it would just be a lot easier since everything's so crusty and screwed up. Plus we don't have it apart yet. We don't even know if it's like cracked or anything in there. I mean, you can't really tell if it. You can't tell if it broke in there or not anywhere. It could be cracked up on. It could be cracked in here somewhere.
Well, no.
So you tear it all
Knock them
apart.
pins out.
Doesn't look like it is, but I'm sure it's oblong pretty good. So we're gonna go eat some lunch, and then we're gonna come back out.
The
And
bottom of the door is nice.
yeah. Oh yeah, the doors are nice on this
Nicer.
car.
The door is real nice.
Yeah, the doors are super on this car. They're clean, super clean.
Don't take much to make them pretty again.
Full of dents, but solid. Just some surface rust on the lips, man. It's just very nice. we got to do a little bit on the outside in the corners here. We're just going to cut out pieces of metal and just weld them in there. We were just talking about that actually. Getting the rest of this side of the car done. I want to get my shot and see what that's going to do in my neck before I go and mess with anything. But if it seems to work and I'm feeling a little bit better, I'll go for it and start cutting it up. Probably shouldn't even be working on this hinge and yanking doors off, but Tom's here to help me lift things, so it's not too bad. And the door's not that heavy, so there's not much of anything in it except the window. So, alright, we're going to eat lunch and then we'll bring you back then. Yeah, tell me about it. Well, no more Jeep Pontiac. Damn, light's blast. I'm gonna close the garage door. Got too much light coming in here. I gotta adjust my lighting in my studio. That's a little bit better. There we go. Now we can probably see. So, door's on. Everything looks like it lines up. It's about the same as where it was before. It opens up nice. And it closes nice. So, I think we kind of hit the nail on the head here. And this was the first install. And we nailed it on the first try.
Which is, yeah.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
How the hell did we pull that off? I don't know. Thank God for dirt.
Yeah.
Thank God we didn't wipe the doors off. We left all the crap there that's there.
Yeah, we didn't take nothing off of there. We left it whatever.
No. No. We are not a professional restoration shop by any means. We are a make it work shop. It needs fixed. So we're going to fix it. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I'm happy. That's nice. Now I don't have to beat the pissy out of the door trying to get it to close. Because it closed just as nice as the passenger door. Passenger door closes just as good. So now we got to roll the window up. We got to tighten the bolts up because we just snugged them. We didn't tighten them up, so we're going to tighten them up. Yeah, we're going to tighten them up. Yeah, I know. I know. We're sitting here relishing in our work, and something's going to move, and then we're going to be pissed. So we're going to tighten them up. And then we're going to check the window, because we're probably going to have to change that. We're probably going to have to either drop it. Probably going to have to drop it down. We may not. I don't know. We'll see. But
You'll get lucky.
yeah. So we're going to tighten the door up.
Yeah, first we wouldn't have to adjust the window down.
Well, yeah. Well, that'd be pretty amazing if we didn't have to.
Yeah.
If we didn't have to adjust it down, it'd be nice. But I don't think we're going to get up quite that easy.
No, I don't. It's probably.
I mean, this is just dumb luck that the door actually just went on. So.
Just don't shut the door hard, guys. You'll blow your window.
Yeah, you'll blow your window out if you don't have it right.
If you don't.
Yeah, don't get all cocky and say, oh yeah, slam, and then all of a sudden your glass is all over the car, and you're trying to hunt down a window.
Yeah.
Yep.
You gotta be careful.
And this car doesn't have tinted windows, because nobody wanted that option, because they were cheap asses that ordered this thing. They wanted bare bones. So, let's go ahead and tighten these bolts down, and then we'll check the window.
Yep.
And we'll
Call it done.
bring you back and show you what kind of accomplishment we made here, and we'll call it good. So, all right, bring you back in a minute. Well, we rolled the window up, and somehow miraculously we don't need to do any window adjustments. I don't know how that happened, but it did. Perfect. It's all going right around. It's not jamming into the guide or anything. It's all sealed. Everything's good. We lubed everything up. Yeah, I'm impressed. I don't know how the hell we did this without having to adjust 10,000 things. Guess we just hit the nail on the head, Tom. So,
First.
yep. So, that was the last project of the whole summer to do on the Firebird, and we finished it. And we finished it in the fall
Procrastinated all summer
with a sore freaking pinched nerves and everything in my arm. Thank you for your help, though, Tom. It wasn't too bad. Thank God the door.
No, it wasn't too bad.
No, the door's not heavy.
Yeah, the door's not.
It doesn't have a beam in it or cross beam in it like a Chevelle where it weighs 10,000
Half the car
pounds
like mine.
because it's got a freaking girder in it. They put a steel girder inside the doors on these Chevelles. They're not fun to take. They're heavy. They weigh a lot. So I guess that's going to conclude this part of the thing. Sorry I didn't get any video of Dragfest because Bruce Larson's got COVID. We drove all the way up there and we didn't even got up there and there was a note on the door saying he had COVID and they're going to try and do it next weekend. I have to work next weekend, so I doubt I'm going to be able to get up there. And, yeah, it's supposed to be colder. And, yeah, so I don't know. We'll play it by ear and see what happens, but I'm thinking I'm probably not going to be able to make it because when I get off work, I'm probably just going to come home and just chill out. And if it's cold out, I sure as hell don't want to be out there freezing my butt off in the cold. I know, we've gone into it before in the cold. I don't know, maybe we will go up, Tom. I don't know, we'll see. I mean, you could always meet me at work and we can leave right from there. We'll just grab something to eat off one of the freaking roach coaches, because they always have the roach coaches up there, remember?
Usually have one or two.
Yeah. You can get something off the roach coach. It don't matter to me. I mean, if the sun's out and it's not all windy and blustery, I'll go.
Yeah.
Because I can drive one of these to work in the morning, and then we can just go ahead and run up. You know, we'll just leave right from work and ride up. We can just leave your truck at work. I mean, you can bother it there. Hell, it's right there on the way home. You go right past there. 322 exit's right there.
Yeah.
You just get off at Lincolnstown Road 39, we'll go right to bring us right to work. So, all right. Well, that's going to conclude this for now. Maybe we'll get some footage next weekend of Bruce Larson's. We'll see. But I'm not sure what else I'm going to get done anymore this year. Probably not much more. I got to wait to get my steroid shot and see how I feel after I get my steroid shot in my neck, because that's going to play a big part in doing a lot of things. Because right now I'm not sore, but I'm sure tomorrow morning I will be after messing around with all this. So I've been trying to take it easy, but I can't stand just sitting around. I got to do something. So, especially when you can be outside and it's halfway decent out. You really want to do something.
Today was a nice day, really.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, now it's gotten kind of changing. Yeah. So, all right. So that's about it. Till the next project. Say you later, Tom.
See you later.
Yep. We'll see you guys later for the next round of debauchery we get ourselves into, which I'm not quite sure what we're gonna. We have a plan.
Quarter skins.
Yeah, I think we might try and start working on this quarter skin in this door. I think I might try and start working on that.
You have to get your neck straightened out.
Yeah, if my neck seems to be better, I think that's what the next plan is. I want to, because at least we can heat the garage up in here, and we can cut out this door down in the corners, and we can do this quarter panel and the wheel well, and we'll see what kind of mess we got to deal with there. I probably won't sling any putty on it until it starts to get warmer out, because it's going to be too cold to do putty. But I figure if we can at least weld it and grind it and get it ready, and then in the spring we can
if you warm it up enough in here, we should be able to put some, get it in primer.
Yeah, we should be able to get a primer or put etch on it or something.
I don't know about build primer, but at least get etching primer.
Well, we'll probably put etch on it and then go from there. And then
probably wouldn't mess with it.
And then in the spring when it starts to warm up a bit, we'll go ahead and start slinging some mud on it, because that's one of the biggest problems. Buddy of mine's he went to school for bodywork and stuff, and he said most of the rust out problems you have is that the putty heats up And if you put it on in the cold, the heat from the putty, because it gets so hot from it turning, you know, from it setting up, yeah, from it hardening, it actually creates condensation behind the panel from the heat, and then it causes it to rust, and that's where you have a lot of blister problems. So he says, you know, you put putty on in the cold like that, and then the heat and then the condensation from under it, if you don't have it in a properly heated shop with the panel warm and everything, which we don't have here, that can cause problems with your finished bodywork in the end. So basically you want to have the panel and the outside temperature warm enough so that you don't have that problem with the condensation when you put the filler on. So even if we get everything welded up, ground down, and we get it prepped for slinging some mud, I'll be happy, because then we'll just finish that up in the spring, and it won't take much to finish that up and block it out. Because I'm thinking the plan is we're not going to do a quarter skin. We're still kind of debating on what we're going to do here, but the plan is we're just going to cut out what needs to be cut out on the quarter panel here, and instead of doing a whole skin. And we're going to have to patch the wheel well or replace it. We're not quite sure yet, because we got to get the wheel up, and we got to get the big sheet metal patch that's on the rear quarter. We need to pull that off and see what kind of mess we have underneath that. So
Yeah, hopefully the trunk drop off is good.
yeah, it looks good from under the it looks good from under the car,
No,
amazingly
until
enough.
we get that piece of metal.
Yeah, we got to get the piece of metal out and see what we're dealing with. So, but that's the plan right now. We'll bring down the heater and we'll just warm the garage up enough so we can cut and work on it, and we'll just chip away at it over the winter. Because usually if it gets down below, what, 30 degrees or 25 degrees out, it gets too hard to heat up in here.
Yeah.
And the blower, it's a propane torpedo, so it just goes through gas like you wouldn't believe. That's why we have big 100-pound gas tanks here, which we need to go get filled. I'm sure that's expensive. I can imagine how much that is a pound right now.
I guess I'll have to call it that.
Yeah, probably should. I know we got half in one. We probably should fill the other one,
Yeah.
or at least go get them both filled
Go
up.
get them both filled.
That way they're done. I mean, I don't plan on doing a whole lot in here, but I thought, well, if it stays within the 40s or 30s, we should be okay. And I don't plan on it bang on it every day, just on the weekends when we get time. You know, just to at least get ahead of the game, because I'd like to get this side of the car done, because once we do the door and this quarter panel, pretty much all the body work on this side of the car is done. And then we're trying to decide what we're going to do with the Picasso over here. Yeah. Yeah. That big pile of concrete. So this quarter was glommed into back in the 70s. The whole car was side swagged, and amazingly, this was probably done 50 years ago. Somehow it survived all this time, amazingly enough. It is starting to crack in spots, and it's starting to get kind of crappy, so it's going to be needing done, but not as bad as that. This side kind of acceptable to look at. That side looks like ass. So, and then the tail panels got some issues too that we might try and doctor up and make look halfway decent, because we're not sure if we're going to have to replace the tail panel when we mess with this other quarter, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So yeah, that whole side's putty, from not from rust, from accident.
Yeah.
So
It was probably on a spot bed like that. Or
well, yeah, it's true. Yeah, if you look in the trunk, you can see where they put all kinds of screws, and there's worms and everything else inside there from the old 70s bodywork, where we pull it out with a freaking screw and mangle the panel even more, and then we dump the can of Bondo on it, mix it up on the car, and smear it all out. So we'll see what happens. At this point in time, I'm more concerned with doing the rust repair than I am doing the mud stuff here. So there is some rust that did come through over the years after this was done, and there's some issues, but it's not as bad as the other side is. So this side takes precedence
Yeah.
because it's just a mess. And it really hasn't gotten any worse since I've owned the car, but I just want to take care of it. That way it's done, and I don't have to deal with it. So.
Exactly.
So that's what might be coming up, as long as the steroid shot works for me, and I don't have to.
Stay healthy.
I don't have to go get surgery done, because surgery is an option also. So, all right, well that's it for now. See you next time.